Hey traders, John Howell here. Market update time. Let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so let's get into it. The market's actually continuing to pause where we are right now. And before I forget guys, of course I've got to give my website a plug, right? I'm actually giving away a free trading course. You can see that there's actually 5 phases in this trading course that I'm giving away for free. So whether you need help with, if you're making a lot of mistakes right now, or you need help with the chart reading, or you need a good trading system, then johnsfreegift.com, go there right now and grab access to that. So let's have a look at the actual stock market today. Stock market today is continuing to just really hold here where we are. If we have a look at you'll be able to see by, I'll get to that in just a minute. But we can see here that we can have support, and now we're actually having a lot of resistance where we are right now. The really big thing is that there's one main key area that I'm really watching for to see what actually happens here, and that is this major low level through here. So if I draw a trend line from there, I'm just going to draw a trend line from there to there. That's that. See that little resistance point? This is looking at the close-up view here. But see that little resistance point? And see how we're holding. And then today we've had a bit of a down day. If we go and have a look at the hourly chart, let's see what we can see on the hourly chart. Not really much going on there. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. Yeah, same sort of thing, right? So we can see that we are definitely holding here quite nicely. So if we start to break below this support level here, that's just going to be a continuation of this downside. So what I'm looking for is to see whether we do this, tomorrow or, what's today? what day is it? Right? Whether we do that. If we start to do something like that, right, especially something like this, then there's a high probability we're probably going to rally up, hit the resistance, come back down, and then start to make a move back down towards the lows through here. So but we need to wait for that. Once we get the break below, that'll be the sort of the confirmation I'm looking for. Move over now through to the Dow Jones, and the Dow Jones is doing something very, very similar. You can see that major support level there, but this support level goes back all the way through here. So as you can see, it actually had a lot of problems breaking past it. Then it had a lot of problems breaking through it, but when it broke through it, now it's had a lot of problems holding support. So if we start to break below that, then guess what? We're now getting ready for a free fall in the markets again. We're going to start to head back down through here. Move over now through to the Nasdaq, and the Nasdaq doing the same sort of thing as well too. At that area of resistance, and you can see we've just been really not really doing much, right? It's having a bit of a thinky, right? So that's what we're seeing right now when it comes to the good old Nasdaq. Let's move over now to the mining sector. And the mining sector is still not looking good at all. We're really not getting. We're getting like a bear flag formation type thing. You can see here we've got this movement down, and then now we've got this sort of movement up through here. So that's actually looking quite weak on the upside. So it's, to me, it looks like everything's getting ready to have a big move down. It looks like, to me, it seems like that there's something about to hit the markets. Something's about to come out in the marketplace that's going to send this market doing this. I don't know what that is, but you can see that by looking at this here, the false breakout definitely happened. You can see that. So you can see, look at this here. So we had a lot of resistance point here. We broke up, and this was the day I'm like, it's a fake out, it's fake out. Now look what's happening. We broke down, resistance. If we start to break below these levels through here, or in other words, probably somewhere through like that, through there, then we're probably going to start to see a movement back down out of that through there. GDXJ, and same sort of thing. Look at this, same sort of thing, right? We actually had this whole resistance point. Look at this here, complete movement up, fake out, movement down. Now we're holding through here. If we get a little bit more follow through, that's probably going to give us the confirmation. We start to get some of that, we're probably going to get the confirmation of this thing start to make a move back down. But I wouldn't want to be fighting this. And just remember, traders, just because this here is not an uptrend, it's a pullback, okay? There's a very big differences between what's going on there within these markets. So very, 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 that's very, very, very important. A lot of people think, oh, look, it's in an upward trend. No, it's not. Okay, it's not an upward trend. A trend is down, pullback, down, pullback, down. An uptrend is up, pullback, up, pullback. This is what? Down, pullback, right? So just remember that too when you're looking at these markets. SIL in the house. And look at this here. Let me take that off the screen there. Look at this here. Same sort of thing, right? We had this resistance level through here. We definitely, on a short-term level, look at this here, right? On a short-term level, support, all the resistance through there. And now we actually broke down through here as well too. So we had a lot of sort of rejection through there. So this is actually looking quite weak through here. So this actually looks like it's going to start to have another move down as well. Let's go to the SILJ and the same sort of thing here. We've actually got the support level there. We're almost getting towards that, but you can see this breakout here. This breakout bar was a complete fake out breakout, and now we're actually reversing back to the downside. Move over now through to gold, and the same situations that's happening with gold as well too. Like right now, we're sort of squeezing up into this pattern here. It's going to be really interesting. Which way does it break? Because once we actually start to get a breaking, we're probably going to start to see some movement on that, right? Because we've got this sort of sideways movement. If we can get a sort of strong move up from there like that, we actually may be starting to get ready for some more upside from there. If we get a breaking of the downside like that, then guess what? This is just a continuation down and then up. I wouldn't be too surprised if this actually started to head back down. Because if I go back to this chart here, as you can see, there's the danger territory that we're having right now. And this is not a bad thing, guys. Actually, there's probably a really good shorting opportunity here, right? We've got a movement down and a movement up, and now we're going sideways. So on this level through here, the big key areas I'm watching for would be this level. Obviously, that's not really the trend line. That's just that level there is obviously that resistance level there. And the same sort of thing through here, right? We had this sort of support level through here. So if we do break below that, then there's probably a really good chance we're going to start to make our, what is that? Right, probably going to make our way back down to these lower levels through here. Now, again, that doesn't look like much, traders. But once again, let's actually go to the hourly chart. If we start to break here, then guess what? That's actually, if we start to break this level here, that's actually a movement down from there to there, right? That's actually, that's a probably 2 or so % drop in the markets. If you like to trade futures, well, guess what? That could actually be a trading opportunity through there. Once we actually start to break. Now, I'm not telling you to just go short if it breaks that. We need to have a setup, right, guys? Too many, or not too many, but I'm seeing some people saying, "Oh, this guy said this market's going to go down, so I got out of my market." It's like, what are you doing? Don't be getting in and out of a market based off someone, talking to you, which could be on the other side of the world, right? It's like, no, if you're going to get into a position, you get in because, okay, this is a good setup. And when I get into the good setup, you have a plan. Where's your stop? Where's your management of that stop? Where is your exit points for profits as well too? Okay. So really, really, really important through there. Move over now through to silver, and silver's still, I'll tell you what, traders, silver's, if we get a breakout bar to the downside, and that's why I did say breakout bar to the downside, then silver to me is getting ready to, I have a target of silver. If we start to get a nice breakout bar on the downside through here, I'm telling you right now, traders, I have a target, at least on silver, of around the $18 level through there. I know, call me crazy, right? It's like, oh, John, that's never going to happen. Hey, traders, we're in a downward trend right now. And if we start to break out, if we start to get, especially a very nice sort of strong move like that on the downside, then guess what? We're actually, all this support level through here, guess what it's doing right now? A lot of resistance. We're on a movement high, lower, low. If that happens, if we get a breakdown like that, guess what? This is now another lower high at the area of resistance. It's actually rejecting it. So if we get a breakdown, guess what? We're probably going to start to see a movement on the downside. It's not what you think. I'm just reading what the market is telling me right now. Makes sense? And then also the GPTC. This is actually not looking, this is the gray scale Bitcoin trust. And this is actually not looking too good as well. So we're getting a movement down, and we've got a sideways movement through here. If we do get especially if we got a bit more sideways movement, but if we start to get a bit of a breakdown past this $18 level or $17 level, then looks like Bitcoin's going to start. Looks like this GPTC is likely to start to head back down towards around that, say, that $10 level through there. So there we go, guys. There's a bit of an update through there. Oh, actually, you know what? Someone asked me about the USO, all right, which is the oil. And USO, guys, has just been powering up, right? Powering up. There's actually, there's major resistance up there at 110 on the USO. Looks like we're just broken past through there. So we may be getting ready to have a move. This may be getting ready to have a move back up towards the 110 level. We had this very sideways movement, and now we're slowly crawling up towards that 110. But when I say that, traders, when I say that, it doesn't mean, oh, well, he says it's going to 110, so let's jump in now. No. One thing it's important to understand how the markets work, you get in before the move. If the move happens like this could be the end of the move. It may go to 110, but it may pull back first and then do that, right? That's how the markets work. One of the biggest mistakes is the market goes up, and then you enter here. Like, no, don't. The move is done. Why? Because now it's probably going to have a bit of a pullback, and then you're like, oh, the market's manipulated went against me. It's like, no, you're just a shit trader, right? Let's just call it for what it is. You know, and it's important but this is a foundations of how the markets work. Is when the market goes for a big move, we're due for some sort of a pullback, because that's what upward trends do. Now, yes, sometimes they go like that, extended to the upside, but then we get a hard and fast snapback. Look at this here. Vertical. Oh my goodness. And then boom, look at that hard. And then it started to get into equilibrium from there. So anyway, traders, hope this helps you out. I'll see you in the next video.